Welcome to the Locker, Season 4, Episode 20, Goosfraba. Everybody get your yoga mats out. Get your what are those little gongs, little things that you get the little noise makers that vibrate to vibrate the bad energy out of your body. That's what we gonna do.
The chakras? The chakras?
Nah, it may be called that. I don't know what it's called that. I am a white, along with my van house, running a little late. You know, it's that time of year. You know, people clocks is off. Kids ain't going to school. Kids running around. All kinds of stuff going. But we here. We
late because of me. We late because of me. I'm gonna just put it out there. When I'm transparency king. I was late. I thought the day was Saturday. My kids been out of school. Right. And when my kids not in school and you go on a set schedule, today we're just on our man. I thought it was Saturday.
Nothing wrong with that. We are here nonetheless for another episode of The Locker. First of all, I need to find out. So I've been rummaging around talking to folks. Was D on y'all team in 1994?
Who?
D.
Who's D?
D's nuts!
Got him. Yeah, I knew what you were
doing. Anyway, now we got that out of the way. Well, we're gonna go a couple different directions. Like I said, put your fingers I think you do it like this.
Mm-hmm.
You put them like this.
Okay.
Your Lakers. I gave last week. I gave y'all a little. I felt like LeBron. Now he's over mulling over whether he wants to come back for another year, and rightfully so. You go to 10. You go to 10 championships. Well, I mean, I'm saying 8 and 9. It's up there. So most people play 82 games, 83. Right. 85, 89. Shit, LeBron used to playing damn near 90 of them Jones just yearly.
Right.
Nah, he do low management. So I don't know if he actually plays 90. But your Lakers is out of the playoffs, man. Your thoughts?
I'm not shocked. I as we talked about it last week, my issue was, can we score enough points? And when it takes LeBron to score 31 and a half to put you in a game, that only smells trouble. Now, I'm shocked we got swept. I was thinking at minimum 5. I thought we would win 1-1 in LA, but Staples Center didn't prove to be a home court advantage as we would want it to be. So Denver was the best team in the West the whole year. Yep. And I'm going to say this here. Joker gets a lot of the credit, right? But when Joker didn't play with Murray last year, where was Denver? When Murray comes back 100% healthy, look at where they are. I understand. I hear people saying Joker is the best player on the planet. That's a little hard for me to swallow. Is he a really good player? Is he elite? Yeah, but man, people are putting all this. Do you remember? And as this will show how I'm a Laker fan. Do you remember the team that Kobe took to the playoffs?
Yeah, I seen
it. Come on, man. That is riding somebody's back, dude.
Was Eddie Jones and them on that? Was Eddie Jones?
No, that was after they left. Eddie Jones was like Kobe's rookie year when was that Shaq's first year back?
Okay.
Or was that Kobe's second year? Yeah, that Eddie Robinson and Campbell and she's now my damn favorite player. I played at Cincinnati. I can't. The concussion is starting to get to me.
Not Nick. Not Nick Van Exel.
Nick Van Exel was my dude, man.
Oh, okay.
Nick was my dude. Yeah. So But when he took Smush Parker, and what's the center, the young center? I can't think of his name right now. These people just escaping my mind right now. Bynum. Yep. Dude. Dude.
Hey man, we gotta call NFL, man. When we get off here, we call NFL. We get
it's just too much stuff in my head right now.
And I'm gonna be your representative.
So like them, Joker, Michael Porter Jr., if you don't think he's a baller. Now what they did was they got KCP and they got Brown. That kind of pushed that team to another level for his bench. But man, when you got Jamal Murray putting up 30-some points a game, come on, man.
You ain't so you ain't gonna get a white boy no credit.
No. All I'm saying is look at when Murray's back, how much better that team is than without Murray. That's all I'm saying. They are a number 1 seed finals team with Murray. You need Jamal on that team. Joker can't carry them by themselves. That's all I'm saying.
Let me ask you, and followers out there in social media land, say, well, they didn't get the sweep yesterday. It didn't. Sweep didn't happen. So, and then more than likely it's going to be Miami, Denver. And I think Miami and Denver, if you are a sports fan and you are about sports, is a good game. Like it's 5 players it's 10 players on the court playing basketball. It ain't LeBron ball heavy. It ain't who else we got it?
Who, Tatum or Brown?
Yeah, it ain't Tatum or Brown. You know what I mean? Like big names. Like you talking about. Did anybody besides Joker make the All-Star game? Did our boy from Kentucky make the All-Star game?
Jimmy Buckets made it.
I forgot about Jimmy Buckets. Yeah, I forgot about Jimmy Buckets.
Look, man, this is the way I look at it. If LA can't get in there, you got to have my Miami in there. You got to have, the location. Boston ain't a good location. If you're going to Denver, you can't have Denver and Boston to me. You got to have Denver and Miami kind of fits. It's like having Utah and Cleveland. You know what I'm saying?
We just really talking about nationally.
Yeah.
Like, is it gonna be some people want to watch? But like I said, if you are a basketball person, yeah, because you can watch good basketball. And you know what? People say what they gotta say about Joker. I ain't been a big Joker fan. Like I said on Sunday morning, and big white dude. I mean, like it took me a long time to realize Larry Bird was cold. No matter what his skin, Larry Bird was cold.
Larry Bird was cold, bro. For sure.
But I'm saying Joker, man, I'm just thinking like now I'm watching the games with people and they like, man, Joker ain't done nothing yet. Man, they up by 4, 8, 6. Like, and the thing is, now when I go to the courts now, man, big man, dude, I played it too. Like, I'm not on the block. I want to face up. I don't want my back to the back. Now I can get in and get rebounds just because, whatever. But I'm like Oscar. Like I can get placement. I had a hell of a vertical in my younger days. But my point is, when you are on the big dudes and they just leaning on you, like whether you touch the ball or not. Like so when Joker late in the game, last game, when Joker just leaning on Anthony Davis, when he leaning on you, man, it's like you doing squats, like the whole game. Then you got to run back down the other end, and he just get the ball. He methodical with it, like he was death by 1,000 cuts. So he. Yeah. And like I said, unless you done been sent to the blocks and the black hole to deal with it, especially somebody like me who used to playing outside. So I'm saying 4 quarters that, and Joker know what the hell he doing. No, he ain't the most athletic. He got a 10-inch vertical.
Nope.
I mean, but people ain't playing the game like he played. He the new Tim Duncan for the most part. Man, I ain't about to wow you athletically, but them little moves I got, them 1, 2, 3 moves I got, buckets. And I think
Tim Duncan was a little bit, at least some athleticism. Am I? Oh,
your screen froze. Go ahead. Your vocal.
Tim Duncan did. Oh, really? Okay. This is what basketball. I'm gonna say this is what basketball has come into. During our time, you had to be athletic. You know, Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins. Then you come to Kobe and Shaq and Tracy McGrady and Grant Hill and et cetera, et cetera. Them are big mother athletes, right? Then you get in this last 10 years, you got Steph Curry, 6'2", 6'3", shooting the ball from outside. And then you got Joker. Now you got a whole group of kids now. Remember when we was growing up, if you couldn't dunk, you wasn't. If you can't dunk, dude, I don't care. You can't dunk, you ain't. Now it ain't about dunking now. Look, my kid played AAU a few years ago. Dude, until you see it, you hear it, until you see it, these kids are in warm-up lines shooting 20-plus footers. When we would come, you were shooting fancy layups, reverse, dunk, like that kind of stuff. Now these kids are shooting some foot jumpers at 11 and 12 years old. That's in the layup line. And now you got another group of kids who maybe wasn't, or maybe are not the most athletic. Maybe they got a 3 credit card vertical jump, but they smart. They love the game. They got an IQ, and they got a decent body. It's giving them kids the thought that I can possibly make it here. I think that's a great part about Joker is there's some kids, there's some kids 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", a little pudgy, like, man, basketball, man, they ain't gonna let me play. Well, now you have someone to look up to that maybe you will continue to play the game and maybe hone your craft and get better at your craft and maybe become Jokish.
Right. Agree. So, like I said, we are here for therapy today. I don't know if you understand that. We're here for mental health. We are here to get the people back in line. I just had in my house a UK football coach. I was going to go to basketball, but I had a UK football coach over here. They on the recruiting trail. So what they do a whole lot of recruiting, and they try to get the best athletes in here to win as many games as possible. I told said coach right to his face. I said coach, man, right now, just because I'm trying to regain. At a certain point, man, I didn't care what people thought. Like, I'll give my projection because I expected our players to do X, Y, and Z, and this is where we're gonna be at. Some players did X, some players did Y, some of the players didn't do Z, some of the players didn't do Y, some of the players didn't do X, and we didn't get to where I thought we were gonna get to. And nobody really called me out because I think they respect what I had to say. And I think you were kind of on the same accord. But this year I told him, look, man, I'm tired of giving mulligans. Like, I'm tired of giving benefit of the doubt. Man, I got y'all winning 7 games. He looked at me, man, basically like 7 games. I don't know if you remember at the beginning of Boys in the Hood when Doughboy and all them came over to get Trey, and Trey had to cut the grass, rake up the leaves first. And Furious Styles was like, not Van Styles, V Styles, but Furious Styles said, hey, Trey gotta rake up these leaves first. He was like, man, I give y'all $5, y'all rake up all these leaves. And the little one that went to jail, the one with the little braids, he said, $5? That ain't shit. I make more than that working for my uncle. So when I said 7 wins, he said 7 wins? That ain't shit. And so we got a coach that believes that we gonna win more than 7 games. And I told him, man, if y'all do win 7 games, I'm gonna be that one of the happiest people. If y'all, you should win more than 7 games, but I'm not putting my neck on the line for y'all, so my credibility can keep just draining down the toilet because y'all not achieving what I expect y'all to achieve because y'all not executing the way y'all supposed to execute. And Van is the one who always blames the players for not executing. Sometimes I blame the players, I blame the coaches for not calling something, because if Elliot Uzlak calls speed option right with Tim Couch can execute it all day long. Tim Couch ain't no option quarterback. So, Van, I said we're going 7 wins. And one of the UK coaches told me 7 wins ain't shit. Van ain't here. So now he left. So the whole time I was explaining that he could have redid his thing. He didn't redo his thing. So people, what I'm telling you is, we're here for therapy. I got UK at 7 wins. Our defensive line coach thinks they're going to work our offensive line into shape because we have one of the best defensive lines in the SEC. So where I'm at with this is that they are going to beat up our offensive line and hopefully give them tools that they can compete in the SEC, because they did the same damn thing last year. So when I gave my projections last year, I knew that our defensive line was wearing our offensive line out in practice. I just thought our defensive line was that good. But apparently, our defensive line may or may not have been that good, but our defensive line was wearing the offense out. And so was most other defenses in the country. I ain't even gonna say the SEC. Most defensive lines in the country. So, Van, I don't know how much you heard. I don't know. You let me go through all that. Then I see you reset your thing. You should have been resetting while I was talking. But I told one of our coaches, who's a friend of both of ours, that I got y'all winning 7 games. He told me 7 games ain't shit.
7 games ain't shit. And I got kicked out. It's just weird, man. I don't get the issue with this team. And this is where I'm going to go with this. I don't know if you covered this. And I've said this many times on this show. We knew our O-line was not very good last year, right? I think everybody can agree to that, right? We also knew that we didn't have C-Rob for 4 games and Will missed some games, right? And we know that. And we won 7 games, right? We were 2 fucking penalties away from 9. With all the fucking issues we had last year, we were an offsides and a legal hand to the face away from having 9 wins with, as the majority of BBN would say, with a bad offensive coordinator, a horrible O-line, and injuries that we haven't faced in a few years since what? Since probably Terry Wilson blew out his knee, and then Sawyer Smith had his arm issue. We had to play with Lynn Bowden, and we still won 8 games. Like, that's kind of where we were last year. And I don't see how this season is going to be. If the O-line is worse this year than it was last, we got a problem. And it's bigger than the O-line coach. It's bigger than the schedule. We're not recruiting the right kind of kids to come in here, because we got kids here. So we're not recruiting properly. If the O-line is worse, if the O-line is just as good as last year, which isn't very good, and I see that 7 wins, as you saying, Amp, is where you see us at. I just can't see it when we won 7 last year with a horrible O-line. And C-Rob missing 4 games, and Will Levis had. If Leary.
Uh-oh. We lost Van. So I'm gonna hold on. All right, so I'm gonna get to what Van's saying. And Carter Hall made a statement that he was disappointed. If we're disappointed what happened last year, we would be expecting 8 or 9 this year. Carter Hall, the problem I got is last year I was expecting 8 or 9. I was expecting 8 or 9. And that is where, no, actually I was expecting 9. It wasn't so much 8. 8 was if we dropped one. But I was expecting 9, 10. I thought our only problems would be Tennessee at Tennessee, Florida at Florida. So basically, Georgia, I gave us an opportunity to lose. And then either Tennessee at Tennessee or Florida at Florida or a lapse. So that would have still been 10-2. So the problem I had was offensive line was bad. And Will Levis, one thing I do think Leary, and now we got Cutter Bowley coming, I do think they can recognize pressure. And I think Scangarello had a problem with that. I played on NFL teams that believe if pressure comes, just protect the ball, take the loss, and we'll play the next play. I also played on teams that felt like if pressure comes, that's your opportunity. Wherever the pressure is coming, that's where they're going to bleed from. When they bleeding, that's where we're going to hit them, where they bleeding. And I think Liam's second time around, knowing what he has, I think that's what he's introducing Devin Leary to, and I think that's what Cutter Bowley is good at, recognizing the pressure. Tim Couch was excellent at that. That's why I give Tim Couch so much credit. The pressure's coming. All right, they got 9 people. Excuse me. They got the corners locked up. They got 9 people that could potentially come. If they bring 9, wherever the pressure is coming from, where we got an advantage, that's where we're going to. Now they could always drop off and cover. Like it can look like 9 is coming, they can drop off and cover. But we understood that if this effort come, Tim, I'm showing you these numbers. 3, 2. We show you these numbers. Bam. Let me get going. And so Van does have a point, but when I talk to Coach and I say, Coach, man, he said 7 wins ain't shit. I said, Coach, I had y'all winning more than that last year. And y'all only won 7. So that's what I told him. I told my boy, I'm not. No. If y'all gonna win more than 7, you gonna show me. I'm not giving you 8 and 9. If you want 7 out of me, if you want 8 and 9 out of me, make me look stupid for saying 7. But I'm on 7. And Van is back with us. And it might be me, it might be him. I don't know. He lived down in the bayou. Somebody put that woo-doo-doo on him.
I don't know where I got kicked out. It's on me today for some reason. I don't know why.
Sent you off after a while when you froze. I sent you off when you froze.
Okay, I have no idea. But I just can't see. We are beyond 7 wins now. I think 8 is the over/under to me. 8.5. What did we lose? Why is this schedule so much harder? Because we got Bama. That's only one fucking game. It's not like we got the same opponents and we just switched Ole Miss and Bama. So
that's 2 losses. So if you projecting, you giving 2 losses. Now I'm not saying UK should be doing that, but if you giving a Georgia that, so you starting off at 10-2. Now you drop a bad game.
I'm starting out. Hey, if you want to, and I'm gonna say this. I'm not giving up either one of them games. I gotta see Bama and Georgia play this year before I give those games up. Because I'm not giving up either one of those. Not saying we're as talented as Georgia, but we have seen how we have played Georgia the last few years, how tough we have played them. And I think we are just as good a better team than we were in those years in the past. So I'm not giving up the Georgia game. I'm definitely not giving up the Bama game. They got issues that they have to correct. Bama got quarterback issues. Georgia potentially have quarterback issues. You don't know. We don't know until they play. The great thing about our schedule right now is I don't like it in other situations, but with Liam coming back and having Leary as a quarterback, having those first 3 games as non-conference games, then we got Vandy in there. It gets us a chance to see what we are early without having to go against Florida the second game. I think that is a good thing for us. I think that bye week comes at a perfect time. I think we have, some people say we don't have more. I think we have more depth, quality depth. Are we as deep? Probably not, but I think the quality guys who are number 2s are better than what we've had in the past.
Wait a minute. On offense, where? An offensive line?
No, on defense. I'm thinking defense right now.
All right.
Because in this conference, you got to win it with defense. That's just period. And I think with the depth that we have, when you got Silver here and with Dion, it made some people pissed off, possibly, but it also added depth. So now we got depth of the D line that we didn't have last year. We got guys who started last year who won't be starting this year, probably. So
Silver ain't depth. Silver might be starting.
No. But with him starting, it pushes some guys back, right? So that pushes a couple guys back, which now adds depth.
Right.
Ox or Ripka is not going to start.
Right.
Saunders, Ox, Ripka, only one of them MFs are going to start. So now you got two quality guys as backups, as rotational pieces. That's huge. And I think that's the big plus for me. Look, if you buy into Liam Cohen coming back and how great he was in year one he was here, why don't you think we're going to be better? Because we got better pieces. If you really think about it, skill-wise, we got better pieces.
I think he caught lightning
in the bottle. You don't think we have better pieces now?
I want the knife, please.
Hold on. We had Wandale as the only skill guy. What was that, 2021? Yes, right?
He wasn't the only guy, but he was a dog. He had dog in him. Dude, come on, Van, come on, man.
Once Josh Ali got hurt, dude, who was the next one after Josh Ali? And he got hurt.
If you gotta listen, Van, I understand. I'm not disagreeing with you saying.
Okay.
I played with James Whalen. James Whalen was a hell of a football player, great football player. I also know that when Dusty had issues with James. So I think that was a safety blanket. Which Tim looked for the best option because he reading. So I'm just saying.
Do you not?
I ain't gonna argue it, but I hate when people act like because people didn't produce, they couldn't play. Because I was that guy, man. I was that guy at one point. People act like I didn't produce, I couldn't play, and I don't like that narrative.
Okay, Anthony. All right. If you want to say it's a bad narrative, right?
Right.
Who else in that wide receiver room has materialized after Wandale left? Since you said you don't want to say that people can't play, have any of those guys who were backups during that time have materialized for us?
Well, the year after that, it was slim pickings. Like
that's what. Well, we still had.
We weren't doing it, but throwing screens.
Okay.
Tavion, Van, drop. I was told Tavion Robinson said I ain't playing if
Scangarello comes back. Yeah.
No, Scangarello is coaching the bowl game. I ain't playing in the bowl game.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't because right, but the whole thing was it was the play calling. Like I don't know if it's the play calling. I don't know if it was Will. My whole point is it could have been Will. As far as I'm concerned, ain't nobody gonna say that. We need to get some of these dudes in the locker. I want to have Cutter Bowley in the locker. I'm trying to get Cutter Bowley in the locker next week because I want to find out what Scangarello did to him that they had him decide he didn't want to come here.
No. Every can't do that to the young high school right now. Every can't put
no. Hold on. Yet. No, he's polished enough. I believe he's polished enough to give us enough information. So what happened? And all he's gonna tell us that basically, the thing that can. And here's one thing. Then we're gonna get back to Goosfraba. One thing about it is one thing Kentucky is doing now. They getting too big for their britches. I talk to people who have family members and people who get me in recruiting. Kentucky is on this standards now. His arms ain't long enough. His height, his wingspan. Understandable. NFL, you can do that. You know why? Because everybody's chomping at the bit to get in the NFL. But Kentucky, Like we got five. Kentucky turned on a 5-star offensive line because his arms was too short. Well, not turning him down, but he wasn't a priority. Georgia want him, Alabama want him, Clemson want him, Notre Dame want him. And I'm saying for depth, I'm saying that even if the arms aren't short, but I was told that when those measurables don't meet up, we gotta let them go. And we to that point now where you can't play in Kentucky. And I'm an advocate for no, we're not a dumping ground because you can't play in the Big Ten or you didn't make it over here. No, we're not a dumping ground for that. But we also, Josh Allen, Benny Snell, Lynn Bowden, we also ain't to the point where, hey, if you can play, we ain't to the point where if you can play, well, you got to prove yourself to us. If you can play, come on. All I want is dogs. All I want is dogs.
I hear you a little bit, but I will say this. If you're an offensive tackle and got weak wingspan,
no,
you
Carter,
can't play
we can't see who's lurking. And I don't care who's lurking.
Yeah, me neither. If you are offensive tackle and you got a short wingspan, you can't play in the SEC. I don't care how big a dog is, unless you're willing to possibly move inside.
Short or not extra. Short is different than not being over.
Below average or below.
Yeah.
You just can't. We have seen it. We've had some. We just had. I would say names that his wingspan is short, but he's tough though, and he didn't work out. So you gotta have a little bit of a reach here. I'm just saying. So for me, that's hard because the reason why I say that is I don't want to say we took anybody and everybody when I was at UK, but
we didn't have numbers back then. We had more players than we had lockers.
I'm just saying if we had some people on Scully when I was at UK that made you go, really? Okay. Well, now we're at a point that we are beyond that. We might, just because Michigan wants him, don't mean he fits in our scheme. And I think people have to understand, I'm going to say this because I really believe this for Tubby. I think when Tubby started trying to recruit stars instead of fit his system is when he went the other way. And I think we need to find guys that fit us more than just because, what I hear is, well, who's recruiting them? Oh, Notre Dame, Florida State, Oh, he must be good. He might be good, but it might not be a fit for us, though. And that's what I think people need to understand. That's why I like the way we started this thing out with being able to recruit and then develop. Find a guy who fits our scheme, whom we can probably make a little better, his ceiling is high, and we know we got the coaches that can coach him up. I like that more than a guy who is unbelievably athletic, but terrible IQ, and doesn't fit the scheme that we want. I think that's a bad thing. So we'll see. I think we're in a good shape, man. I don't see how we can't win 9 games this year. Like I said last year, if everybody stays healthy.
Van House and Van House thoughts alone.
If Leary stays healthy, I can't see how we can't win 9 games.
If that's a big ass if.
Well, I
like big asses.
You like cheeks?
It's a little bit of both, man. It's a little bit of both on that outside zone. I mean, Some of it got to do with the back. I do think a lot of it has to do with the offensive line as well as your first step. Because I was talking to our defensive line coach, and Van and I, we're gonna get back to breaking down more film. Maybe we should break down some film in the offseason on Leary and kind of tell them, what we like. But one thing we noticed on defense, and this is where arms really ain't a big deal. It's some of it, but we would show highlights on our nose getting rich, like, or we got a shade, or even if we have a shade, like, dude, like your first step, if we trying to take this guard, like we trying to get in this guard got to know you there. If the center gets you and the guard having free lunch, everybody called off work. Everybody called off work.
Yeah, that's free bag lunch. It's already packaged for him. He ain't even got to put his shit in his bag. It's already there for him at the door.
So go ahead.
No, what you were saying is we know, man. We know whose fault it is 90% of the time. And here what I'll say with the wide zone. First of all, the wide zone actually takes you trusting the guy next to you. And y'all reading the same thing and y'all working in concert. Because if that tackle leaves too soon, or leaves that, or doesn't punch that inside hand, and that guard can't reach to that tackle, you're in a problem. Either way. So sometimes it's like on defense when you think it's the safety's fault and it's actually the corner's fault. It's the same thing with the wide zone. There's more to it than what you think. And I think not having guys who work together when we're trying to piece together a lineup and moving Horsey to tackle and moving Yager to guard and just trying to find something, you need kind of a cohesive unit where they work together and get accustomed to each other and how they play certain looks. And last year we didn't have that. The year before we kind of, but that's when we had Darryl Rosenthal that came in. It's still you had new guys coming in without having some time to work together. And we all, and Anthony and I know, the eyes of some of the running backs were not great. Because here's the deal. I'm going to say this, and this is no knock on anybody. I think Anthony would have been a great wide zone running back. Mo Williams might not have been a great wide zone running back. And y'all know how I feel about Mo. Mo's still the best running back in UK history in my book. Mo and C-Rod needs a gap scheme. You go here. You are going through the B gap. Now, if you find something there, you can take your foot in the ground and then maybe go A gap. But your direction is definitely B gap. In the wide zone, there is no direction. It's just you're going left or you're going right. You got the whole field to your discretion. You can cut your ass all the way back to backside C gap in the wide zone if the defense is totally washing over. So there's vision and patience in there. And I don't think we've had a running back that had that vision and patience. So some of that is also on the running back.
Our man Schmeizo says, because you made comments earlier, this schedule ain't last year's schedule, Van House.
I don't understand.
Because you said the team is better than last year, so we should be better than last year. We added Alabama to a 7-5 schedule, man.
Hold on, Anthony. You know, damn, I just said we were 2 fucking penalties away from being 9-3.
Well, we an injured punter away from being back to 8-4.
An injured punter.
That okay. Punt.
All right. I will give you 8-4. So then we're gonna play this game. What if C-Rod isn't out 4 games?
We won more games with C-Rod being out than we did with him in them.
Well, damn, Anthony. We also played a tougher schedule after C-Rod got back.
Hey, all I know is Will lost to Vandy. That's all I know. Don't ever compare Tim Couch to Will Levis, man. Will lost to Vandy.
But Anthony, but I lost to Vandy 3 straight years in a row. So don't bring up Vandy, dude. So I can't speak on Vandy. I can't because I didn't beat Vandy until my senior year. So
damn,
I can't speak. Let's leave Vandy out of this because it ain't a good look. But Anthony, have you looked at the schedule? Seriously, have you really broke down the schedule though? Like really looked at it?
Yes, I have.
So if you got us winning on,
we got Mac all over the place.
So if you only got us winning 7 games, you gotta have us losing to Louisville.
Let me see. South Carolina could be a loss. Alabama could be a loss. Tennessee could be a loss. Georgia could be a loss.
That's 4. You got 1 more.
And Florida could be a loss. Could be. I'm saying, like, dude, they're gonna drop 2 or 3 of them.
No. I'm saying, but you said 7 games. That means we're gonna.
I'm saying that's where I'm happy at. That's my sweet spot.
Okay.
Like I'm saying that's where y'all starting at. Now, if y'all get your offense, if the offensive line ain't talking about nothing, Tennessee can score points. They can't stop nobody.
Anthony, the offensive line was horrible last year. We won 7.
Right. And we're gonna be same horrible and win.
Okay.
7.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. So you saying this O line is gonna be equivalent to last year's O line?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man. And you know how I get down.
Yeah, no,
we got Cox and Ford penciled in to start.
Okay, that's fair. If you are saying that this year's O line is gonna be just as bad as last year, then yeah, I can't see you coming off a 7. I can't. I got you.
Here's the other thing. Not that I don't think Ray Davis, I can't say equivalent. When you average 6 yards to carry, it's just some shit. It's just some shit people don't do. Right. So when you average 6 yards to carry, I can't. So I think we got a slight fall off at running back.
Okay, that's fair.
So everything we did last year, I think Devin Leary can handle the blitz a little bit more. I think we can make something out of something that Will would take the sack on, or lose yards when we can get rid of the ball, or even gain 2 or 3. I think Devin gonna change, but offensive line, I think it's gonna be the same, or it could be better. I'm not giving them mulligan this year. I'm not. You're not riding on me that I think y'all gonna be better. No, y'all. I'm gonna take you to task.
Hold on. Were you close to saying worse? Were you close to saying they go? Were you?
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Well, you gotta.
Hey, they was worse. They was worse than my senior year offensive line. That was all freshmen and sophomore.
Oh man!
And I'm not saying they were bad. They were just young. My offensive line.
I saw they're gonna be the same or better.
You can't be worse.
You want to say worse? They might be worse. All right, that's fair then. If you think that they have a chance of being equal, then yes, I understand why you say so.
But I don't expect the running game to have a 6 yard per carry back there. So the offensive line being just the same, but we not getting hit at 1 or 2 yards for picking up 4.
Right.
I'm not saying I think Ray Davis can do that, but I think if Ray Davis get hit at 2, he might get you 3.
Right.
And C-Rod wasn't the dude that there's 30 yards in front of you. Right. C-Rod to get you 12.
Right.
So we don't have. I mean, there's a whole lot to be shuffling. All I'm telling you is this one ain't on A White's. This ain't on my credit this year.
Well, I'm gonna
say past 2 years was on my credit, that I'm giving y'all the benefit of the doubt, and everybody at telling me, man, are you not watching the game? No, these guys ain't gonna keep letting this the same way. I felt like when I fumbled the bag against Alabama in 96, 97, y'all ain't about to. Hey, you ain't getting me twice, motherfucker. If you get me twice, I'll leave the United States for 30 days.
Right.
And that's kind of how I feel. And I think I ain't convinced they ain't gonna get got twice.
I'm gonna say this. This is not going to be big blue wall O-line, like we're accustomed prior to Slaughter's illness and his passing. But this is what I say. You can not only just look at us, we also got to look at the other teams. like we just can't analyze us without analyzing the other teams. Mississippi State getting a new head coach, new coordinators, different offensive scheme. Yeah. Do you trust South Carolina really? Do you trust the quarterback?
They got momentum. They getting momentum.
Here's the thing about South Carolina.
I don't think they better than us, but
we will find out because we played them second to last game.
And we had their crib, right?
Here we go. Yep, but it's second to last game. And we all know if South Carolina ain't clicking, they ain't fucking giving up. That could be just a march down Columbia and get our ass back on down Delta if we still playing Delta and come our ass back on. I'm going to say this, and this is me, God's honest truth. I'm more scared of Vandy than Florida. Vandy got a pretty good quarterback, and that coach can coach. So, I'm probably more scared of Vandy than Florida and Missouri because we got Florida and Missouri at home.
No, I ain't falling for the hype, man. Hey, Cobby Cobb, did Van just tell you he didn't beat Vandy?
I only beat Vandy once, dude.
Hey, when the team got your number, they got your number. And like I said, all I'm saying, Cobby Cobb, is UK ain't riding off me, man. I've been in media too long. People laugh at me and be like, because I try to give them like from the end, like, man, like you're not about to go out there and take this thumping again. One thing I don't believe in, play to play to play to play, you taking the thumping. No, the coach either got to take you out or you got to say, coach, take me out. Van, have you not had teammates say, coach, take me out? They wearing my ass off. So I'm saying there's no way you can play to play to play, game to game to game, and keep taking that same ass whooping.
Okay, question. Honest question. You had things to say about Scangarello last year. And the O-line, let's say it's just as bad. Let's say, I'm not giving up on. This is what I hate about UK fans, right? I still think Bill is a good coach because I've seen the guy in person. We are that damn bad, that damn good now. That's like it ain't Bill. We are so much better now. We have elevated our program to a point of where we should be beating certain teams because we have gotten to that level. It ain't got nothing. It's kind of like can't remember what I said last week. It's not about them, it's about us. Here's the deal. Tennessee, for all the shit that happened, if you don't think losing Heaton Hooker and losing Hyatt, losing a couple more people that they lost last year is not going to fucking play a big deal, they still got Josh Heupel. Well, shit, we got Liam Cohen. So you can't say they still got Josh Heupel and we got Liam Cohen, but Liam Cohen coming back doesn't move the needle like Josh Heupel does. I'm just saying, if you're going to do one, you got to do the other. I don't believe in either one like that. I'm not going to say that because Josh Heupel, look at what Josh Heupel did at Central Florida. He got there with some momentum and killed the momentum. So I'm not totally sold on Josh Heupel to continue this momentum he has at Tennessee right now because the history says potentially it won't be. It's going to go stale. So I'm just saying. I am worried more about Vandy because we play at Vandy. We play Florida at home.
Here go Jay Hayes with his take.
Jefferson make it all carries count. I don't get it.
No, he's saying ain't nobody really been talking about Jefferson. There ain't been a whole lot of talk about Jefferson. I think his thing is Jefferson gonna make an impact. I think his thing is Jefferson gonna make an impact. I think that's what
I'm gonna say this. I'm being totally honest with this, and I like Jefferson last year. I want to see Wilcox dominate, because if you get Wilcox dominate, he's got a little bit extra juice. He's a freshman. I think we can see in the future, kind of like what Benny did when Benny came here and took the spotlight. If Wilcox can take the spotlight, he can become Benny-ish, because I think he's got that skill set, different skill set than Benny, but I think he can be the guy. So you got a guy for 3 years, that is nice. When you can guarantee I got a guy after this year, I got him for 2 more years, and he's gonna ball out. I want to see Wilcox. I know Ramon, I know Ray Davis, I know the Demi guy from North Carolina State, I know Jatan, I know all those guys. I think we got fucking 20 scholarship players in the running back room. I want to see what Wilcox can do.
And what you want the upperclassmen to do? Sit there and eat popcorn?
If he beats him out, he beats him out. I don't want to say, oh, well, Ray Davis, we promised you a certain amount of snaps, and okay, we're going to get, okay, Demi, we promised you to get here from North Carolina State. You got your boy Leary. Well, you're going to get 5-6 carries a game. No. If Wilcox is that dude, I want to see the freshman roll out. Okay, all
right. There was a comment earlier I was looking to go back to, man. I can't even find it now. And here's the thing, man. You kind of said this. I know we on Goosfraba, but everybody keeps talking about. Here's the thing: what your expectations are, and what I can't say internal knowledge. I mean, just kind of my concern is that the O-line ain't no better. And Will Levis a big boy. Like Will Levis a big boy.
Yes.
He a dumb motherfucker, but he a big boy. Like,
pause. Those viewpoints are Andy Rice and Andy Rice.
I don't mean dumb motherfucker in that way. Like Tim Couch is a dumb motherfucker. Like, but he can spin that ball. He can get the ball. What I'm saying is, Will Levis, I think semi calls us the Ole Miss game. Like, get the ball out of your hands, play the next play. And I understand you being tough the one time he ran and he called. I understand that. But the game loser that he held the ball too long, dude, as a quarterback, man, you played quarterback. You got a clock. This SEC. So whatever clock you got in your head, pump that on. I set my clock 2 minutes fast so that whenever I'm going somewhere, I'm 2 minutes early. So when I'm going somewhere, I'll be like, okay, I'm on this time. But then in your mind, you already know I still got 2 extra minutes if you're running late. But so man, don't go on acting like I done bashed Will. No, I'm not bashing Will. All I'm saying is that a lot of things that happened to Will was Will's fault. And the same attitude you took into the last 3 weeks, not playing in the bowl game, you should be protecting yourself throughout the season. I'm not telling you lose a game for us, but let's play the next play. All right, that's a scratch play. Boom, get rid of it. Let's play the next play. And there's been people on here who saying if it wasn't a good play, they're gonna run it and take a 3-yard loss. Once you get outside the pocket, you free game. I don't think we're getting out of the Devin Leary. So my whole point was Will's a bigger guy, and he took injuries because they didn't have enough protection for him. I think Devin's a lot smarter to get the ball out of his hands. Hey, we'd take that play out because the game ain't won or lost on one play. I don't even care if it's the last play of the game. If it's a 1, 2, 3 point game, there's a whole bunch of shit that happened for the first 49 minutes and 58 seconds that led to this. So I'm not calling them dumb, but I'm saying, so everybody's saying, Van, so your expectation of what's going to happen, my concern on what's going to happen is a lot based on the offensive line. Because if the quarterback get hurt, I don't know what we're talking about.
Sure. Shit. Maybe we're going to have to get Curtis Bowley to come off of to come from the LCA game and come and play Friday night and suit up Saturday. I'm gonna say this. What happened last year won't happen again because we learned from it. We got a different offensive coordinator because from what you have told me, from what I've heard, Scangarello was Mike Martz. If y'all know who Mike Martz is, Mike Martz said, run the fucking play. I don't give a fuck if they put 12 men in a box. If I say run, you fucking run it. Don't check. Don't look at me. Run the fucking play. So if that's the case, I think we're going to be smarter from the OC standpoint, and we're going to be able to pre-snap read a little bit better this year from the quarterback position. And I think those two things right there combine to take a little bit of the heat off of the O-line, the way I see it. I just don't – I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. This O-line can't be worse than last year. It just can't be. It can't be, Anthony. It can't be equal or worse. It's got to be at least a little bit better. It's got to be.
Jay Hayes done chimed in. I'm gonna say
what is that?
I'm gonna say this to your face, man. I'm gonna say it right to your face. Jay Hayes is asking you a question. I don't think you picked up when I told you earlier that Ford is starting and Cox is projected to start. Read to me what Jay Hayes just asked us. Why were those O-line guys in the portal in the first damn place? And that's what we're relying on.
Okay, why was Will Levis in the portal in the first place?
The same reason we're going to see what he's going to do in Tennessee. He had one season. He had one decent season.
Why was Wan'Dale Robinson in the portal in the first place?
Because they was asking him to be a running back.
So there are good players why was damn Joe Burrow in the portal in the first place?
Dumb coaches.
So why can't I'm gonna say this? When Cox played against
you name the skill players too, Van. You name the skill players.
When Cox played, when Steen went in the damn portal with Alabama and played well,
Van.
Why was he in the portal?
Van, why was Keontae Goodwin in the portal? Well, you asked all these questions.
That's what I'm saying. But you just can't automatically say they're in the portal just be in the portal. It works both ways. That's what I'm saying. Well, why was Tuatolo in the portal? He went to Alabama. Everybody has their own reasons. The guys who get picked up pretty quickly, the guys when they go in the portal Monday and they got offers Monday afternoon, them the guys you probably want. Now, them guys who in the portal, Jeremy Flax was a JUCO. No, not portal. Jeremy Flax was
man, we ain't gonna talk about Flax, man. Leave Flax alone.
Flax was a JUCO. So there's reasons why sometimes those guys are in the portal. Sometimes for them to play on a bigger level. I'm gonna say this for Cox. You saw Cox against us before he got hurt. Cox was doing a damn good job. So I'm not gonna label Cox on that angle. You said Cox, and who else you said? You said Cox.
Ford from South USC.
Now Ford, I'm not gonna.
Okay, so you not know if we're gonna have. My point is a problem that we had last year. We are putting people in that didn't play. Well, you like I said about Cox a little different, but we are. So problems we had last year, we are inputting people with unknowns. Now it's different. We develop somebody. It's different. Right.
Okay,
it's different. If we develop somebody. 1996 Anthony White wasn't a 1997 Anthony White.
I got you, but didn't Ford start at USC before he got hurt? Oh, I'm just asking.
Hey,
I'm asking a question because I don't know. I'm honestly asking.
Ford had, I believe, 11 or 11 or 10 starts in his career. 11 or 12, 10. It took
What
me
is
10 to 12
Ford?
starts in his career.
How many years does Ford have left? Does he have 2 or 3?
2.
Okay, that ain't good then. If you had 3, you had an extra, I'd be like, okay, he's still a baby. He can be developed. The 2 means he's been there at least 3, right? Because he caught COVID.
Right.
He's been there at least. He could
He
have been there.
redshirt junior. He redshirt junior.
What class? Hold on. I got to find what class. Is he 2019 or 2018? So that makes to me, that makes a difference.
Semantics. You're dealing with semantics
No,
at this point.
No, you know damn well if you 2018, you had your chance. Hold on. Cortland, come on. High school. They got college. High school.
I do believe Cobby Cobb does have a point, though.
He was 2019. Okay. All right. 2019.
Everything I heard about Scangarello was he didn't listen to other coaches.
Okay.
He didn't listen to players. So, like I told you, man, one thing I loved about Franklin, Hatcher, Leach,
Eddie Grant,
and Mummy a little bit, because Mummy wasn't the one making the decision, was, man, if I was having a hell of a time in the game, man, you could take me out of this motherfucker. You could put a fullback in who gonna block, and you can give Tim 4 options. Or I can chip and get in the route, or we can hot route. Like we can, and that's why I love Brad White. That's the way Brad White calls defense.
Right.
All right, we got this personnel out there. It might not be the prettiest, sexiest defense, but we're gonna call something where we're not gonna get burnt. We got players on the field that can make the play if they do. And except for the Tennessee game, as Van pointed out to us, because somebody asked me, well, the Tennessee game, and I said, my man, Van pointed out, if you watch the locker, you watch Van's breakdowns, Tennessee, when they ran that same motherfucking play one time to the left side of the field, it was broke up. But they said we can't get it over here. Right back to the right side and capitalize on that motherfucker 3 more times. Like they capitalized on one side of the field, the same damn thing. They ran one time and it was broke up. So they said, well, like we went right over here, so we go back where we can eat. Same team, different personnel, but they eating on one side with a fork and a spoon.
Oh shit.
Christmas has somebody brought up the dude that transferred back from Alabama, and I ain't.
Who Bowles?
I heard.
No,
I heard.
No, Anthony. What? Anthony?
I just heard that was depth. I heard like I don't play. We don't play on.
Which is fine for me, because he is. When you put Horsey in a Jager can handle the center. You got Horse and Cox at both guards. He's not beating them out. Horse and Cox were very good a couple of years ago, next to Fortner. So if Burton can handle the center spot, he ain't getting that. He's gonna be, and he's got to have 2 or 3 years left. So he is a developmental. Be the next year have a chance to slide into a Horsey spot.
So let me see. Before I go on any further, let me ask you. So you telling me with Jagger, Horsey, and Cox solidifying that initiation point, that as long as that pocket ain't in his lap, we got a chance.
It's big time. So do I hear 8? I think I'm hearing Anthony come off of 7. I think I'm hearing 8.
Hold on. You might have me on something.
I think you got
because they was getting a bunch. If they can't get no leakage up the middle, you can manipulate the edges.
I'm hearing 8. Hold on. I'm hearing 8.
What's that you cooking with, Crisco?
I'm cooking with lard. I don't cook with that. I'm cooking with straight lard. It smells good, don't it?
Hold on. Let me see. Okay, let me back up. All right, I'm gonna research this one.
Anthony, Cortland Ford has 3 years of eligibility.
So you're gonna take the COVID as well?
Yeah, he's gonna take the COVID. He was 2019. COVID. 21, 22. Yeah.
2019,
I mean, if
21,
you take the COVID.
22, 21, 20,
21 and
21,
22.
22. That's 3 years he already played that he's had after COVID. If he came out of 19,
no,
so
2020
he had,
was his first. No, he was.
2020 was his first year.
He signed.
I'm gonna say this, man.
He signed 2019, December 2019. He's 2020.
I'm gonna say this.
So he got 3 years.
And I don't know how
I'm backing up on that one.
I'm gonna say this. If we got him in Porto, i.e. Dare Rosenthal, Tayshaun Manning, if we got him out of the portal and he planned on staying here in three more years,
okay, plan on.
If we need him 3 years, man, should we not have somebody ready to replace him in 2 years?
Yeah.
So if his whole thing is you done already had 3 years in college and you think you better sit around another 3 years,
he had 2 years in college. He's had 2 years in college. He had 2 years in college.
20.
Yeah, but remember, Pac-12, 21.
20 was a year in college.
Yeah,
21 was a year in college. 22 was a year in college.
Whoa. Did the Pac-12 play a normal schedule? And I don't think they even play in 2020, remember? No, honestly.
I don't give a damn. Somebody said he played 6 games. My whole point is this, Van. If you are 21 years old and you are just looking to, so if you're 21 years old and you come in and you pick it up, okay, the next year, all right, I got it. I'm at the ball. Here's the thing. Whatever he do this year, if it looks terrible,
yes,
we probably got to leave it. If he looks like he's going to develop, next year should be his year. So next year you should be debating whether I'm going to leave. Now, if you ball out, then okay, it's upside.
That's fair.
But if your whole thing is, well, he's a project. You can't come in 21 years old as a project.
I agree.
That's why Rosenthal and Manning came in the way they did.
Oh, don't compare Rosenthal and Manning. Rosenthal way better, man. But
no, I'm saying the mindset.
Okay.
No, they should. Neither one of them should have left early.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that was the plan. Like, I come here, prove myself, and go.
Question.
You don't say at 21, I'm gonna come here, prove myself, and stay 3 more years.
Question. How long does it normally take an offensive lineman to develop, especially in the SEC?
First year, you're gonna take lumps. Second year, you're gonna figure out. Third year, you should be contributing.
You said 3 years, right? So you're saying 3 years.
You said in SEC, he done already had 2 years in college.
That's what I'm on.
And I'm giving you that bullshit 6 years, 6 games.
Let's see what he does here. Whoa. But first of all, is he penciling in as a starter right now?
Yes.
So he's number 1 on depth chart.
Cox and Ford are penciled in the starters
already
over Jeremy Flax. Cortland is over Jeremy Flax
already.
Tomato.
Hold on. Did Cortland play in spring, or he came late?
He came after, I believe. He came after. Okay. I'm pretty sure he came.
So we don't know. I'm gonna give him. You know what I'm gonna say? And I don't know if this is true or not, because I'm reading some stuff about it. If we think we're gonna be the ground and pound team, he ain't the one.
Oh, he'll kick back. He'll kick step.
He's a kickstand. So we're gonna have to pass the ball a little bit more than what Stoops is probably accustomed to. From the scout report on Cortland Ford.
Now that's what they do out west, though. That's all they do out west. Air it out. Running.
Maybe he is best for the wide zone. So he's a positional run blocker. He ain't gonna dig you out and create a new line of scrimmage, so to speak. So maybe you run to the left
You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna pause. I might leave up out of here at 8 wins. I might leave out of here at 8 wins. Here's what I'm doing.
Snap!
When we broke, true or false? True or false? When we broke down Goosfraba, when we broke down film, I honestly to give a little bit of a little bit more support. One thing I did notice, was I wrong? One thing I did notice, and the problem I had with watching the blocking scheme, watching first steps, watching their motions, I don't think the offensive line identified who they were supposed to be blocking. I don't think they understood the scheme. Because a lot of times we would break, and like you said, you're going to post here or you're going to rub up to the next level. Motherfucker be going on the inside, and the other dude would be on the outside, which giving dude, like it was like off the snap, dude, we not know. Me and you got to take care of him. And when we had a dude from Tennessee on, they said, we understand that, look, we can handle him. Like if your center tells you, I can handle a shade, then your guard, like, cool. Hey, mama, watch me, watch this.
Right.
And that's kind of where I think there is. I do got a little hope. I might be 8. You might be able to convince me 8. I'm gonna go to some practices. I'm gonna talk to Liam. I'm gonna watch Liam. If the offense line can understand who they have, and they both, the guard and center, understand, look, we got both of them. If they can understand who they have, I think there is an opportunity for our offensive line to be better. Because I think last year, a lot of the problems was the guys never really watching when we broke down film. What is this dude doing? Like your first step telling me where you go, whether you make a block or not. Your first step is telling me what your intentions are.
Right.
And the defense know that. The backers know that. D-line.
Everybody knows.
Where your first step go, we know what you are all about.
Right.
So.
All right. Good night, fellas and ladies and gentlemen. I think I've done my job. I think I got Anthony off of 7. I think we got an 8. And by next week, I think I'm gonna get him to 9.
Nah, damn, that you gonna be on your own with that. Those thoughts will be Van Hiles and Van Hiles alone.
All right.
Yeah, I think so. And that was the thing about it, Cobby Cobb. I think the offense line last year didn't understand Scangarello's scheme. Scangarello had too much pride to be like, look, man, let's tank this shit. Let's just go to war. Let's just body up. And it was just like, well, you know, I'm an NFL, So he had to stick to his guns, and he went out on his shield, which is understandable.
Well, hey, right. I'm gonna just say this: if I'm going out, if you're gonna fire me, you're gonna fire me doing what I think is best.
Yep.
Point blank. If it ain't me, that's fine. But at least I know I went out doing what I thought was best. So even though it might not be best, well, I did it my way.
But that's how all which is funny, that's how all Mark Stoops offensive coordinators went out.
That's true.
What's his name? Dude that went to Southern Miss, Shannon Dawson, Neil Brown, Scangarello. And like I said, you can say our man Eddie Graham, but Eddie Graham changed. Like I said, he was whooping his in the kitchen, whooping it up. He was in there whooping. But the rest of them, they ran their schemes. And they went out with their scheme. So
yeah, that's true. Good point.
Yes, sir. Man, we appreciate y'all, man. We've concluded. I hope we brought some solace, man. I told y'all Goosfraba. Didn't I tell y'all Goosfraba? I came in this boy thinking 7.
No. Don't clean it up. We all heard you. You said you came in this bitch. Go ahead and finish it up. Don't try to clean it up now.
Hey, so I ain't going. I'm telling you, if they're gonna win 8, they're gonna win 8 against me. I don't know if I'm gonna go watch some practices. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna talk to Liam. We might see if we can't get Liam on here, man. We'll see. Hey, man, y'all hit up Liam on Twitter. Hey, just flood him with the locker. So when the locker approaches him, he'll be like, man, what's this locker everybody talking about? Flood Liam saying we need you on the locker. And yeah, because they have a hellified pool party. I'm gonna be there.
Oh, really?
I might. Yeah. I ain't gonna say who said. Somebody said it was talked about on this show. It was talked about on the show that when him back, they have hellified pool parties over there.
Is it gonna be at his crib? Because I can fly in for a day and come back home.
I don't know whose crib is gonna be at. I know I'm gonna be there. I got an invite. I'm gonna be there, man. So we appreciate y'all for checking out episode 20 of season 4. And it's been fun, man. Hopefully we gave y'all a little bit of solace.
Almost an hour.
Yeah, I seen old Gatewood, but he finally he ain't Tim Tebow, he going Gatewood's gonna be, you know Gatewood's gonna be playing tight end for University of Louisville, right?
Yeah, I heard.
Okay, well, just letting you know, man. Before it's done, Will Levis might be playing tight end for the Titans. That's how we do.
Wow.
Morgan Newton played tight end. Why they always move quarterbacks to tight end? I don't understand that. Tim Tebow didn't want to do it though.
Because most quarterbacks can't play wide receiver because they ain't got that juice.
Right.
So,
but most of them ain't big enough to play tight end because you got root people out every now and then.
Well, not in today's game.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back next Wednesday. Go ahead on over to YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Like, subscribe, share, follow, bring a friend along, ask your questions, post questions in the chats. We'll be back next week. For Van Hiles and for Anthony White, this has been The Locker. Appreciate you.